Sickness is a defense against the truth. Let's ask the truth to come to us and set us free. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. If I harbor attack thoughts or yield to judgment or make plans against uncertainties to come, give instant remedy and tell yourself, I have forgotten what I really am and mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth. But I am not a body. I am not a body. And my mind cannot attack, so I cannot be sick. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Well, I'm Miracle Willie, forgiveness teacher from the Ozarks, here on Wednesday, May the 15th of 2024, lesson 136. Sickness is a defense against the truth. We're reading from the Foundation for Inner Peace edition of A Course in Miracles. Sickness is a defense against the truth. No one can heal unless he understands what purpose sickness seems to serve. For then he understands as well its purpose has no meaning. Being causeless and without a meaningful intent of any kind, it cannot be at all. When this is seen, healing is automatic. It dispels this meaningless illusion by the same approach that carries all of them to truth, and merely leaves them there to disappear. Sickness is not an accident. Like all defenses, it is an insane device for self-deception. And like all the rest, its purpose is to hide reality, attack it, change it, render it inept, distort it, twist it, or reduce it to a little pile of unassembled parts. The aim of all defenses is to keep the truth from being whole. The parts are seen as if each one were whole within itself. Defenses are not unintentional, nor are they made without awareness. They are secret magic wands you wave when truth appears to threaten what you would believe. They seem to be unconscious, but because of the rapidity with which you choose to use them. In that second, even less, in which the choice is made, you recognize exactly what you would attempt to do and then proceed to think that it is done. Who but yourself evaluates a threat, decides escape is necessary, and sets up a series of defenses to reduce the threat that has been judged as real? All this cannot be done unconsciously. But afterwards, your plan requires that you must forget you made it. So it seems to be external to your own intent, a happening beyond your state of mind, an outcome with a real effect on you, instead of one affected by yourself. It is this quick forgetting of the part you play in making your reality that makes defenses seem to be beyond your own control. But what you have forgot can be remembered, given willingness to reconsider the decision, which is doubly shielded by oblivion. Your not remembering is but the sign that this decision still remains in force, as far as your desires are concerned. Mistake not this for fact. Defenses must make facts unrecognizable. They aim at doing this, and it is this they do. Every defense takes fragments of the whole, assembles them without regard to all their true relationships, and thus constructs illusions of a whole that is not there. It is this process that imposes threat, and not whatever outcome may result. When parts are wrested from the whole and seen as separate and wholes within themselves, they become symbols standing for attack upon the whole, successful in effect, and never to be seen as whole again. And yet you have forgotten that they stand but for your own decision of what should be real, to take the place of what is real. Sickness is a decision. It is not a thing that happens to you quite unsought, which makes you weak and brings you suffering. It is a choice you make, a plan you lay, when for an instant truth arises in your own deluded mind, and all your world appears to totter and prepare to fall. Now are you sick, that truth may go away and threaten your establishments no more. How do you think that sickness can succeed in shielding you from truth? Because it proves the body is not separate from you, and so you must be separate from the truth. You suffer pain because the body does, and in this pain are you made one with it. Thus is your true identity preserved, and the strange haunting thought that you might be something beyond this little pile of dust, silenced and stilled. For see, this dust can make you suffer, twist your limbs and stop your heart, commanding you to die and cease to be. Thus is the body stronger than the truth, which asks you live but cannot overcome your choice to die. And so the body is more powerful than everlasting life, heaven more frail than hell, and God's design for the salvation of His Son opposed by a decision stronger than His will. His dust is dust, His Son is dust, the Father incomplete, and chaos sits in triumph on His throne. Silliness, the way the ego thinks, but we've bought into it. Such is your planning for your own defense, and you believe that heaven quails before such mad attacks as these, with God made blind by your illusions, truth turned into lies, and all the universe made slave to laws which your defenses would impose on it. Yet who believes illusions but the one who made them up? Who else can see them and react to them as if they were the truth? God knows not of your plans to change His will. The universe remains unheeding of the laws by which you thought to govern it, and heaven has not bowed to hell nor life to death. You can but choose to think you die or suffer sickness or distort the truth in any way. What is created is apart from all of this. Defenses are plans to defeat what cannot be attacked. What is unalterable cannot change, and what is wholly sinless cannot sin. Such is the simple truth. It does not make appeal. It does not make appeal to might nor triumph. It does not command obedience, nor seek to prove how pitiful and futile your attempts to plan defenses that would alter it. Truth merely wants to give you happiness. Truth merely wants to give you happiness, for such its purpose is. Perhaps it sighs a little when you throw away its gifts, and yet it knows with perfect certainty that what God wills for you must be received. It is this fact that demonstrates that time is an illusion, for time lets you think what God has given you is not the truth right now, as it must be. The thoughts of God are quite apart from time, for time is but another meaningless defense you made against the truth. Yet what He wills is here, and you remain as He created you. Truth has a power far beyond defense, for no illusions can remain where truth has been allowed to enter, and it comes to any mind that would lay down its arms and cease to play with folly. It is found at any time, today, if you will choose to practice giving welcome to the truth, and this is our aim today. And we will give a quarter of an hour twice to ask the truth to come to us and set us free. 2 times today. Sit for 15 minutes and ask the truth to come to you and set you free. and truth will come, for it has never been apart from us. It merely waits for just this invitation which we give today. We introduce it with a healing prayer to help us rise above defensiveness and let truth be as it has always been. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. Healing will flash across your open mind as peace and truth arise to take the place of war and vain imaginings. There will be no dark corners sickness can conceal and keep defended from the light of truth. There will be no dim figures from your dreams, nor their obscure and meaningless pursuits with double purposes insanely sought, remaining in your mind. It will be healed of all the sickly wishes that it tried to authorize the body to obey. Now is the body healed because the source of sickness has been opened to relief, and you will recognize you practiced well by this. The body should not feel at all. If you have been successful, there will be no sense of feeling ill or feeling well, of pain or pleasure. No response at all is in the mind to what the body does. Its usefulness remains and nothing more. Perhaps you do not realize that this removes the limits you had placed upon the body by the purposes you gave to it. As these are laid aside, the strength the body has will always be enough to serve all truly useful purposes. The body's health is fully guaranteed because it is not limited by time, by weather or fatigue, by food and drink, or any laws you made it serve before. You need do nothing now to make it well, for sickness has become impossible. Yet this protection needs to be preserved by careful watching. If you let your mind harbor attack thoughts, yield to judgment, or make plans against uncertainties to come, you have again misplaced yourself and made a bodily identity, which will attack the body, for the mind is sick. Give instant remedy should this occur by not allowing your defensiveness to hurt you longer. Do not be confused about what must be healed, but tell yourself, I have forgotten what I really am, for I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth, but I am not a body and my mind cannot attack, so I cannot be sick. Okay, well, keep that as an instant remedy for any type of belief that you can be attacked today. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I have forgotten what I really am, for I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth, but I am not a body and my mind cannot attack, so I cannot be sick. Okay, well, let's go look at our text reading for today. Littleness versus magnitude, which is Roman numeral 3 in chapter 15, the holy instant. And as you're turning there, let's see what's going on around the world today. Bring flowers to someone day. You know, all the Mayflowers. Buddha Day, Buddha's birthday. International Conscientious Objectors Day. I always thought it'd be nice if everyone was a conscientious objector. If they ever someone called a war, everybody say, well, we're not going to show up. We oppose, we've listened to our conscience, and it tells us to love my neighbor as myself. And I have no intention to kill. I've often told myself I'd rather be killed than kill. International, of course, we can't really die anyway, can we? International Day of Families. International Kangaroo Care Awareness Day. Peace Officers Memorial Day. Peace officers. Wasn't it nice in the day when we had peace officers? We don't talk about that anymore, but I think it'd be a nice thing to revive and keep the idea alive of peace officers. Turn Beauty Inside Out Day. And that's for all of us that think the beauty is only skin deep. We're learning that the real beauty is that radiance that shines forever. And then in edible landscaping, there's the Indian blood peach, which is a Prunus persica. And it says of the Indian, what's it called actually? It's the Indian blood free peach, freestone peach, I expect. The all-time highest rated peach at Dave Wilson Nursery fruit tasting. Large freestone, firm crimson and cream-flavored flesh, tart until fully ripe, then highly aromatic with a rich, distinctive flavor. Highly resistant to peach leaf curl. This is the only peach in our collection that needs a pollinator. Chill requirements are 700 hours below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Ripens late, end of August to early September, zones 5 through 9. Space 14-foot circles. Okay, and littleness versus magnitude. Be not content with littleness, but be sure you understand what littleness is and why you could never be content with it. Littleness is the offering you give yourself. You offer this in place of magnitude, and you accept it. Everything in this world is little because it is a world made out of littleness in the strange belief that littleness can content you. When you strive for anything in this world in the belief that it will bring you peace, you are belittling yourself and blinding yourself to glory. Littleness and glory are the choices open to your striving and your vigilance. You will always choose one at the expense of the other. Yet what you do not realize each time you choose is that your choice is your evaluation of yourself. Choose littleness and you will not have peace, for you will have judged yourself unworthy of it. And whatever you offer as a substitute is much too poor a gift to satisfy you. It is essential that you accept the fact, and accept it gladly, that there is no form of littleness that can ever content you. You are free to try as many as you wish, but all you will be doing is to delay your homecoming, for you will be content only in magnitude, which is your home. Let me see if I can get my head right up there in the camera and see what I think we're good on time. There is a deep responsibility you owe yourself, and one you must learn to remember all the time. The lesson may seem hard at first, but you will learn to love it when you realize that it is true and it is but a tribute to your power. You who have sought and found littleness, remember this. Every decision you make stems from what you think you are and represents the value that you put upon yourself. Believe the little can content you, and by limiting yourself, you will not be satisfied. For your function is not little, and it is only by finding your function and fulfilling it that you can escape from littleness. There is no doubt about what your function is, for the Holy Spirit knows what it is. There is no doubt about its magnitude, to strive for it because you have it. Let's start over in paragraph 4. There is no doubt about what your function is, for the Holy Spirit knows what it is. There is no doubt about its magnitude, for it reaches you through Him from magnitude. You do not have to strive for it because you have it. All your striving must be directed against littleness, for it does require vigilance to protect your magnitude in this world. To hold your magnitude in perfect awareness in a world of littleness is a task the little cannot undertake, yet it is asked of you in tribute to your magnitude and not to your littleness. Nor is it asked of you alone. The power of God will support every effort you make on behalf of His dear Son. Search for the little and you deny yourself His power. God is not willing that His Son be content with less than everything, for He is not content without His Son, and His Son cannot be content with less than His Father has given Him. Paragraph 5. I asked you earlier, would you be hostage to the ego or host to God? Let this question be asked you by the Holy Spirit every time you make a decision. For every decision you make does answer this and invite sorrow or joy accordingly. When God gave himself to you in your creation, he established you as host to him forever. He has not left you, and you have not left him. All your attempts to deny his magnitude and make his son hostage to the ego cannot make little whom God has joined with him. Every decision you make is for heaven or for hell, and brings you the awareness of what you decided for. And I think we'll stop with this next paragraph, 6. It's about halfway through the section. What's our time looking like? I'm sorry, I've got to get right up there in that camera to see, but I think we're looking real good on time. Sometimes I don't try to say much, let Jesus do the talking, reading for him anyway, reading his words, because it's a longer reading. The Holy Spirit can hold your magnitude clean of all littleness, clearly and in perfect safety in your mind, untouched by every little gift the world of littleness would offer you. But for this you cannot side against him in what he wills for you. Decide for God through him. For littleness and the belief that you can be content with littleness are decisions you make about yourself. The power and the glory that lie in you from God are for all who, like you, perceive themselves as little and believe that littleness can be blown up into a sense of magnitude that can content you. Neither give littleness nor accept it. All honor is due the host of God. Your littleness deceives you, but your magnitude is of him who dwells in you and in whom you dwell. Touch no one then with littleness in the name of Christ, eternal host unto his Father. That last sentence again. All honor is due the host of God. Your littleness deceives you, but your magnitude is of him who dwells in you and in whom you dwell. Touch no one then with littleness in the name of Christ, eternal host unto his Father. Okay, let's stop. That was actually the last 3 sentences I reread. Okay, well, you know what? Let's close with our song, and be sure to keep this idea with you today. And to if something comes up where you're harboring attack thoughts or yielding to judgment or making plans against uncertainties to come, give instant remedy and tell yourself, I have forgotten what I really am. For I mistook my body for myself. We're a mind. Sickness is a defense against the truth. But I am not a body, and my mind cannot attack. Remember, mind is connected with all minds, and we're completely connected and integrated perfectly. You only believe you can attack in your mind because that's the way the ego thinks. But we're not an ego. And my mind cannot attack, and so I cannot be sick. All sickness comes from that mind that thinks it can attack. The unreality. Thinking that you're a body. Let's see if I can get my paper here to stay put. Give me just a second here. Okay, I think we're ready. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Let's ask the truth to come to us and set us free. Let's ask the truth to come to us and set us free. Sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. If I harbor attack thoughts or yield to judgment or make plans against uncertainties to come, give instant remedy and tell yourself, I have forgotten what I really am, defense against the truth. But I am not a body, I am not a body, and my mind cannot attack, so I cannot be sick. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Let's ask the truth to come to us and set us free. Hang out with 15 minutes doing that too. Asking the truth to come to you and set you free. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. If I harbor attack thoughts or yield to judgment or make plans against uncertainties to come, give instant remedy and tell yourself, I have forgotten what I really am, and I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth. But I am not a body, I am not a body, and my mind cannot attack, so I cannot be sick. Sickness is a defense against the truth. And our word for peace today is out of the Korean language, Pyeonghwa. Pyeonghwa. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Let's ask the truth to come to us and set us free. Sickness is a defense against the truth. Pyeonghwa.